Well, welcome, y'all.
What up, what up, what up?
I should say the Family Empire Houston panel, because we are back, y'all. We are back. The Informed, we back, okay? And our girl Really B is back from vacation, so please forgive us for being a little bit tardy to the party, but, you know, we had to catch up with her and see how her, you know, vacation was. Hey, Lock Queen. Hey, lovely 31 Blueprint. So yeah, y'all, if you haven't already, let the algorithm do what it do, because we know this was a very unplanned and last minute live. So y'all go ahead, hit that like button, let them know we here, so y'all can keep coming in, come see what we doing. And yeah, if you haven't already subscribed to the ReallyBTV reviews or Shade in the City, please make sure that you do so. Or ReallyBTV, her main channel as well. But you know, she got multiples out here.
Maybe not for long.
Oh, look.
Because I go back to doing what I was doing, okay?
You are so funny. But yeah, y'all. So what were your first thoughts on this episode of Family Empire? Well, this is episode 2 this season.
You talking about me? You talking about me?
Anybody can jump out there.
Okay. Episode 1 I don't know, it didn't give me something.
I like the second one. I like that Kesha and Nicole had their time to sit down and talk. It wasn't, you know, like super in depth, but they did share a moment. You know, and you know, I told you I like Kesha. I feel like I feel bad for her. So I'm glad that they did get a, you know, quick little moment to have a conversation.
So you weren't pissed off by the situation with Quita and Chris? Because I was watching it. I said, "Oh, Nels is gonna be."
Remember, I watched it a couple days ago, so I don't remember every detail. Quita and Chris. What was that?
That's her husband's name, right? Chris, the one that he works at the thing.
Yeah,
that's as a marketing person. But you were like, "Hey, Ravine. Hey, Ty, CEO. Yeah, remember you were like, you don't like the fact that Quita wasn't sticking up for her dude, you know, the first episode. And I felt like she doubled down on not sticking. Well, anyway, yeah.
Oh, you mean when all the girls were all together?
Yes,
I didn't expect anything else. Like she already said, I didn't expect anything from her. She a little punk.
Okay. Well, y'all. Let's run this intro.
Listen, I ain't gonna let nobody talk about my man. That's all I know. That's what we're not going to do.
We're gonna run this intro, and then I guess we're gonna get into the thick of it. Let's get shady, y'all. Oh, well, looks like Ravine in the comments agreeing with you. She said punk is the right word. All right.
I wanted to say something else, but we ain't too far in.
Hey, Dorothy. Hey, Mahogany. I hope I didn't miss anybody. I'm just going off as I see it. But yeah, y'all. So this episode opens up. We see our good girl, Nicole. Why do I want to call her Nikki so bad? But we see Nicole. She has a 4 a.m. hair appointment, which I would never.
My hair just wouldn't be done.
4 a.m. Sorry, Really B. Let me change this. How I work that out. Okay, we can do that.
My hair just would not be done.
Well,
I would wrap everything up at night.
But what it was for me was the fact that she really wasn't feeling Kendra's energy at 4 a.m.
That was so me in that moment. And that was you. You was Kendra. And she was like, it's too early.
If my coffee would have kicked in, oh girl, I would have like, oh, so. And
then she got a cup of coffee and it ain't helping. Look, when she was like, she doing too much. It's too early. I said, oh my God, if that ain't me. And then Kendra's like, girl, you want to make some breakfast? I was like, I didn't even watch it in the morning. And I was like, she's doing too much for me. Just knowing that it was 4 a.m. I said, At 4 a.m. we quiet around here.
So she says that obviously she's doing this because this is the only time that she gets to herself before 8 a.m. and things really get moving. So this is what I found really interesting about this scene is she tells her that Larry usually comes home, or he's been coming home around 5, but he's been rolling in later and later. So then when we see Larry walk in the door, it has to be about,
it was 6:22.
6:22.
Like, you know how I feel about that. She said he usually gets home between 5:45, 6 o'clock. He didn't get there till 6:22.
I knew that was gonna bother you. I knew that was gonna bother you.
Girl, you need to worry about your own business. I'm trying to tell you, better worry about your own business. Stop worrying about everything else. We're all in Chris's face, getting on Chris about what the hell he at. Girl, you better worry about where your man is at. What's taking him so
20
long?
minutes, for real.
20 minutes more. No. 20 minutes more. No. She said he was coming in at 5:45. Then it changed to 6. Now it's 6:22. Absolutely not. Absolutely. Next is gonna be 6:45. A whole hour later. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
So this is what I will say. The paycheck better match the hours.
Ain't no way the paycheck. Ain't no way that the paycheck match the hours. You know why? First of all, you working 12. What are you doing? I can't even see really.
I'm sorry. I'm listening to who's talking. I'm trying to put the person that's talking up.
It's okay. Just leave it at you, girl. Just leave it at you. She said he be working 12-hour shifts. Let me tell you something. Why you want to work all them hours? For what? When you could be a part of the business, don't got to work all them hours, making grandioso money. Okay, that's because you want outside time.
Doing what? Doing what?
Real estate, like the other husbands.
But maybe he doesn't want to.
He don't, so he can stay outside the damn house doing what the hell he want to do and get extra damn time. He probably get off. He probably work 10-hour shifts and using extra 2 hours, now 2.5 hours before he get home. He a lying ass. He a liar.
Really be.
And a heartbreaker.
Really be. Just tell her who hurt you.
I was going to say trust issues much. Damn.
He is a liar, a cheater, deceiver, heartbreaker. She better not let him back in her life.
And if she do, she better take the house, the car, the kids, and the dog.
It's probably all hers because she the one making all the damn money with his 12-hour shift, probably working at Amazon in the damn warehouse.
Don't do that. Allegedly. Oh, you missed the first recap. So anyway,
let's be clear. I do agree that I think the man cheated in the past. But you didn't gave a whole. You didn't. Wow. Okay.
If he did it once, he'll do it again.
Oh wow. Okay. Wow.
Look that and the fact that he did it before. Oh, that 6:22 would have really been sir. Where was you at? Where was you at? Why it took you a whole 40 minutes to get home? From the time you was originally supposed to be here. You supposed to be here at 5:45, sir. Look. Thank you, Taurus Moon. Thank you.
Look.
See, I ain't by myself.
Oh no, you alone. You
no. Look.
With me. Taurus Moon is with me.
If her and her boo don't work out, I've already told her it's you, boo. It's you.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
But no, so we see her call her assistant Shanae, and she's telling her all the things that they need to do for the day. And basically, we do know that she offered or put in an offer for Surgeon Solange or whatever for the house, but it was lower than what they wanted, and so she tells her to follow up on the price. And outside of that, we just see her and Larry have a conversation.
Did you see the face that the lady made? She said, "What she said, 1 mil
yeah,
for the house
she
and
was
100K for the furniture." She said,
"Right, she was not feeling that offer, baby."
Said, "Good luck."
Right.
So yeah, and then basically we see her talking to Larry. She's telling him about the whole situation that happened at Jaquita's house and how she felt away and felt like they were making fun of, and the situation and the wall being up, and she understands that she does need to talk to her sister, but her feelings were hurt. And so anything y'all want to add to that? Because that was pretty much.
I already said what I said about that last episode. I think that was BS. I'm not saying that her feelings were hurt. I just think she was overly dramatic about it. I don't. I think it was a moment for her.
Can I break the fourth wall and tell you what I think that was?
Break it.
I think that was a production scripted moment that she wasn't ready for. She was ambushed with it, and that was that reaction. That's why she was like, take this mic off of me, blah, blah, blah. I think she did not walk in there thinking that they would get ready to have a family moment, a Ayanna Van Zant moment about why her and her stepsister don't have a good relationship. I think
you don't think it was because she felt like they were making fun of the wall situation?
I think that was part of it, but I think she was more pissed off because I don't think that's what she thought she was walking into.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't think that's a conversation that, because you see in this episode how fast she tried to brush through it. Like, they had the conversation, but there was no depth to that conversation. Yeah. It was very surface. Like, you're not going to undo 40 years of family bullshit in one conversation.
And it was like, she didn't even want, you could tell like there was really stuff bothering her, but she don't want to get into it either because it hurts her.
Right. And you can definitely tell that, like, they had the conversation, which I know it was edited. I understand it was edited, but it was literally like a 3-minute conversation. And then she was like, so what you think I should get for, girls' night out? You think I should cater it? Who you think what? And then, is it me? I mean, I know I'm skipping ahead.
Me? Hey, friend.
Do you think, is it, I don't want to jump ahead, but is it me or I feel like they were giving their father a pass? But we can wait till we get to the conversation.
Yeah, no. So what is really the beef between her and her half-sister? Taurus Moon, I think this is a great question. I think what it is just awkward, and I'm sure the situation is awkward. She grew up in a different household, and she was introduced at, I think she said 7 or 8 or 6 or 7 or something like that. So obviously daddy has stepped out. Y'all have grown together, but there's always going to be that awkwardness because it's like, if he was still with the mother or very much with the mother, even though the aunt has invited you in, I'm just sure that it takes a very mature.
You know what it was given to me? It was given to me that Nicole grew up feeling like he's still here. I'm better than you. He's still doing for us.
Yeah,
we have a better life than you. And like, who the hell are you? And that's how I feel like that's how she treated her.
Ravine,
but I think it goes even deeper.
Hold on. Let me tell you something, Ravine. Me and Nels are the same age. That's why I said it takes very mature adults to allow your kids to have a relationship.
But I think it goes deeper than that, because when she said I didn't meet the family until I was 7 or 8 years old, and it was my aunt, which tells me that auntie was either being very messy or very much like, no, you messed around. It's not that child's fault.
Right.
She brought the child around, which means that I would be interested to hear how that went down, because I feel like that's where it starts. Because again, it's not the kid's fault. However she was brought in, and I think that Nicole was very much resentful of who this child is. Because again, and I think that's where it goes. And that's why I said you're not going to resolve it in a 5-minute conversation. They said, well, we were closer when we were younger. Yeah, you were closer when you were younger because you didn't understand what the situation was. As y'all got older and y'all understood what the situation was, and that, oh, you're the product of an affair, and my dad cheated on my mom. And like you said, my mom and dad are still very much together. I don't know how to feel about this, because if I accept you and I love you, am I betraying my mom? Like, how does this work? And I think that's why when they were kids, they didn't know any better. Yeah, they were friends. They got along. But as they got older and understood, and I'm sure there was family yak, 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 I'm sure that created a whole situation.
That's another reason why Nicole needs to leave her nasty ass husband. Because he might be out here making babies on his 12-hour shift full of shit ass.
Oh,
your daddy did it. Now you going to be okay with it? Get rid of that man.
Let me put that up now. She has all the smoke. Classy, so I believe the father didn't try to bridge the gap. He just left them to figure out. I think that's where the aunt picked it up, because otherwise Kesha I guess would have grew up as like an only child. Ravine said, but did they? The dad was there, but wasn't present based on what they said. He wasn't emotionally present.
But I think he
was. But he provided for them, is what I got.
I think. I think he provided for both of them, but I think Nicole's mom, didn't have to work at all. Is what it sounds like.
Right, and it sounds like Nikki's mom kind of struggled because, like she said, I grew up in a better situation, so she grew up with the benefits of being the family, and that she grew up with and again, I would love to hear. There's so many layers to that, and again, it's not a one conversation thing, T said, I think the aunt was trying to help them know each other. Okay, I can accept it. I can accept that the aunt wasn't being messy, but it is a lot. Like it's a lot to put on kids to have to process. And it doesn't sound like daddy. Again, I feel like they were both giving him a pass. Oh, well, daddy, he means well, but no, he don't. No, he don't. Because it sounds like he had this affair, he had this baby, he was out there doing whatever he was doing, and he left everybody else to figure it out. It doesn't sound like he has ever sat down and had a conversation with the three of y'all. It doesn't sound like there's been any sort of breakdown, conversation, resolution, explanation, none of that. Mm-hmm. And now Nikki's mom has passed, and we don't even know, not Nikki, Kiki's mom has passed. Kesha, I'm sorry. And we don't know what the mom was telling her. We don't know what the mom's version of the story was. We don't know.
Right.
So it's layers to that. It's layers to that.
Yeah. So Taurus Moon, so she has resentment toward the half sister, which should be her father, and also she has issues with the husband.
Right, and I think she's projecting her issues with her husband on, her issues with her dad. Again, she probably married. Mothers, kids marry their fathers, so I feel like she married her father.
I agree, Really, B. I agree. Let's just hope he out here ain't making no babies.
Yes, Ravine. Absolutely.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, very similar circumstances. That's why I said it takes very mature women to make sure y'all have a relationship. So okay, I think y'all are just yeah. So then we go see. Oh, are you going into that? Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, I can go. I'm waiting for the pic. There we go. Okay, so Jamisha, she got the opportunity to talk to her grandmother with her mom present and give her thoughts on, what she felt the property could really be. She said, it's going for thousands, and really it could be going for millions. Grandma is hearing ching, 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 ching. Because I think it was going for what, 800 something thousand? And she's like, we could flip that, make it into millions. Granny heard that and said, what, let's just, I might want to hold off on, But she said, but listen, I'm selling. I ain't giving. Because remember, that's what the grandkids kept on saying. So you going to give it to us? Granddaddy wanted to give it to us. She said, no. That what I'm not doing is giving anything. And she don't want to give no discount.
Nope.
Remember, I was like, she might knock off that little extra and just make it the straight 800,000. She said, no, absolutely not.
Is it just me, or was Jamisha out here really giving her grandma a sales pitch? Because I was like,
they said she got the gift of gab, girl. That's the one that needed to talk to her. But they said, listen, regardless, grandma is what they call her, the CEO, the what? Chief executive Oscarine. Exactly. She gonna do whatever the hell she wants to do. But then I know Nicole, she sent out a group text asking for a truce and wants the ladies to meet at her house. Everybody is responding. Except for Quita. She don't know what the hell she put her damn phone.
Quita can't find her phone.
Quita kind of she a little spacey a little bit.
Don't do that.
Can you relate, Treese?
I like Quita. Ty said he absolutely. I have a sister, but at 19, we do not have a relationship. The sister I grew up alongside from my dad, we have a relationship. It was how she was presented. I absolutely agree.
I agree.
And 20 years later, still doesn't try to have us all together. He has very separate relationships.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Granny not playing. You're right. Granny is not playing.
She said, look, I've been doing this for way too long. I know how to do this. Okay.
Well, look, Mel said in our first recap, she was like, I'm with Granny. I feel like she should sell. If they trying to hit her up on the back end, that's not what I'm doing. I'm trying to get my money on the front end. That's what Grandma talking about.
Exactly.
On that.
Well, I do have a problem with it, but we can talk about it.
Oh, you do have a problem with Granny not just giving it up in one? Because I'm kind of with Nels. If you're gonna tell me you're gonna get me on the back end, that's different. If you say, "Oh, we're gonna pay you up front, and we got you so you can pay off your kids' houses," because that's her goal, then that's different.
So maybe I'm lost in the conversation. Let me just say what I think.
Okay.
And I said this in my first review. Here's where the disconnect is for me. You can't sell me on one end how shrewd of a businesswoman she is, how much of a hustler she was, how she bought up all of this property and did so well for herself. And then on the flip side, convince me that she's going to walk away from a potential multi-million-dollar deal. I understand she wants to make sure her kids are taken care of. However, the way y'all make it seem like that she's got all of these businesses and all of this real estate, it seems like she could take care of her kids without, like, I feel like both things could happen. Go ahead, Nels.
Well, because she's a hustler and because she's the only one that paid into this property, she can do the multi-million-dollar deal herself and have the millions for herself. She don't need her grandkids to help her do that. She's been doing this. So really what she's saying is, listen, if y'all want a part of this, because technically if I put y'all into this and I'm splitting the millions with y'all, technically you didn't buy into this at all. I'm just sharing the profits with you. Okay. Now, because that's something I can do myself. I can sell it for millions. I can get it built up. I've had properties where I got them built up and sell it for millions. But she wants the money right now. Okay. So what she's saying is, listen, if we're going to sell it, or I'm going to sell it to you, sell it to whoever, then so be it. But right now, when she's talking about the millions, she's like, okay, well, let's pause on it. Okay. That don't mean she gonna put them down unless they paying in. What she wants them to buy in. She said what she been paying $30,000 a year on this property that she bought back. She owns this whole damn property and still paying on it. Ain't nobody giving her nothing for it. So she wants them to put in.
I have a problem. I think that there should be money exchange. I don't think they should be given the land. I do think they should buy it so that it's clean, right? So that nobody can come back later and be like, oh no, you would give no. We're gonna buy it. We're gonna put everything in paper. I'm fine with that. But now here's the flip though. If I buy it, then I'm buying the property outright, and I'm not obligated to share the profits with the other siblings. Whereas if they keep the money in the family and they build up the lot and put the houses and do the things that they were talking about doing and making it, the houses a rental, a rental community, and then they split the profits, everybody gets paid. I think
her thing is she ain't gonna be here that much longer. She don't know when is her time. She older, so she wants the money now so she can make sure that her kids are good. And whatever y'all do with it, if y'all buy it from her, if they buy it from her, whatever y'all want to do it, so be it. That's great. But really what she could do, if she really wanted to do, if she really wanted to do something with it, she could just give it to her actual kids and have them flip it and have them make millions off of it.
I think that's part of the problem. I think that, and this, I said this last week.
We'll get into them generation ones. We'll get into them generation ones.
I think the generation ones then already fucked up the money. I get the impression that the generation ones have been taken care of multiple times. but okay.
Ty said, I think it's a more reasonable pitch would be to handle the houses. Ravine said, Oscarine should have developed it if that's what she wants to do. Hey, itty bitty 23. Okay, so how do the G1s feel about it? Like the G1s would be willing to own a percentage of the investment. So we'll get into that, Taya, because again, I think the G1s are the issue and the problem. And to really B's point, I think we're going to feel very similarly. I feel like they might be a little entitled.
Let me tell you, I said this last week on my review, and I'll repeat it here. I think
her own kids not good on their own.
Right. I think it was the classic example of Oscarine and her husband didn't have nothing, grew up dirt poor, hustled their ass off, built themselves. They were probably growing up middle class, upper middle class, and their kids grew up in a middle class, upper middle class Black family in the South. But they did not grow up with that same hustle. They did not grow up with that same drive, and they were spoiled and they were given a lot of things. And I think that over the years, I think Oscarine and her husband then probably bailed them out multiple times, loaned them money, gave them money, bought them this, bought them that. And now you have the G2s that are grinding, that are taking up the family hustle. And I think Oscarine is just trying to do what she's always done, which is take care of them kids. Because I believe them when they say granddaddy was like, I'm going to give y'all that land. I believe them. Because look at what they've done. I believe them, but I also believe that Oscarine is going to be a mama to the end, and that's why she want to get them kids some money, because she want to make sure that they're good.
To your point, because that was a very valid and good point, and you took the words right out of my mouth. But also, I feel like Aunt Nikki, that's why because she's the youngest of all of them, I think she's the one that took it and said, oh, I'm going to go get into real estate. She's handling all the business and the finances. I don't know what I know the one sister says she works for the post office or something like that, which there's nothing wrong with that. But
there's nothing wrong with it.
Right. But to your point, it looks like, and they said, I don't know, are they helping I want to know what Generation 1 is doing. I said that the first recap. I want to know what they are doing.
Taya said, so the hustle skipping generation.
We know Frank making baby.
East Side baby. Well, yeah, that's what they. Okay, the aunt works in the family business. Well, what? Yeah. So yeah, y'all. Lord Jesus, where are we at now? Okay,
Kesha and Caramel, they went out.
Oh, so we beat Caramel in my bed, and I'm just saying.
Caramel in bed.
You ain't never heard that song by Lloyd? That's a great song. You should put it on your playlist. So anyway, we see Lakeisha's partner Caramel, whom she met on Facebook, right? They sit down to eat. She brings up the invitation that she received from Nicole to the ladies' night, and it says that, she's open to talking about what's caused this wall that's been built up between the two. Then Kesha reveals, as I said before, she was introduced to the family by Aunt Jackie at 7 or 8, and says as a child she was happy, but as an adult she started to feel like she wasn't welcomed. And what's so sad? I think that as a child she was probably just so wanting to have, if she was an only child, wanting to have somebody to like play with and engage with, that she probably didn't feel different until she got older, and you get, and then be like, why am I being, I mean?
She said the cousins were nice to her. They were
right, but that's what I'm saying. As a kid, you might not even realize that, right? Until you get older and you're like, okay, why does this person, I don't know. It just makes me think that. So basically Caramel encourages her to address the issues, not sweep it under the rug. And she says that she wants to move forward because she does realize life is short. We know she just lost her mother not too long ago. And Caramel's hopeful things will get better because she said, I'm hopeful we're going to get married soon. You know what I'm saying? Because if you like it, then you better put a ring on it.
If you like it, then you better put a ring on it.
And Kesha says she's in love with Caramel, okay? And so she is working on putting a ring on it. All right. All right. Let's see what's Ty said. Was that the aunt they went to the site with, the voice of Granny? Yes, that's Aunt Nikki. She wants validation. I can agree, Symmetry. I can absolutely agree. Oh no.
Oh, like the Tracy Brett, yeah.
Oh, it is. And when I saw it, I was like, oh my God, but that's so true. That's so true. Oh, poor baby. Hey, Really B and ladies in the chat. Hey. Yeah, the G1s are definitely spoiled. The hustle definitely skipped them. Right. I mean, perfect example. I mean, and I hate to use this example, but look at, and this is awful. And I don't want to say it skipped a generation, but if you look at King and then look at Lil Eris, T.I.'s kids.
Well, they're the same generation.
Look at Damani and I'm just saying, it don't touch everybody. You could be successful, it don't touch everybody. That's all I'm saying.
Wow. Okay.
It don't reach everybody. It's a gift. And sometimes everybody don't get it.
All right. So ready for the next one?
Aunt Nikki, they're going, the G1s. Yes, I definitely am ready. Is that it?
So Charlotte and Aunt Nikki are at the Enchanted Courtyard. They're decorating. I guess they plan on having a casino night. Now their sister Charlotte finally showed up. No, not what? Sister Charlotte. But which one is Charlotte? Because now my notes is all
Cheryl and Charlotte show up. So it's Cheryl. No, Nikki. Oh, girl, don't give me. It's Cheryl, Charlotte, and Nikki. That's who they are.
Okay, so one of the sisters finally showed up. And while Cheryl was based, okay, I guess it was Charlotte. Oh, the first one was Cheryl. Okay, Jesus Christ. Okay, so their sister Charlotte finally showed up, and Cheryl was basically complaining about how she was doing on the manual labor. Charlotte said, "Girl, that's what you built for. Let me tell you something. That right there would have been fighting words."
When she said he was built for,
do what?
No, and then when she turned to Nikki and she was like, "Cause Nikki's so little," I said, "You just what?"
Baby,
and look, Nikki just kept her mouth shut. She's like, "Let's just talk. Let's focus on the business." She like, "Let's just focus on the business." Okay, Nikki pulled out her laptop. Okay, she let them know that the G2s want to buy the 2 acre lot. Charlotte agrees with the mom's plan because mom basically feels like they should get their inheritance now, and feels like mom and dad's legacy should be passed on to them. They're 5 children basically, and then they should pass it on to their children, not it going straight to the grandkids. Well, Nikki mentioned that the G2s want a discount, if they buy the property, and Charlotte said, yeah, she ain't going for that, okay? And really said the mom ain't gonna go for it either. She said she ain't gonna do no discount, okay? She about $1, not she ain't doing none of that.
I could see if they didn't want to buy the property, they just wanted to be given the property, then I'd be like, no, that's not their inheritance. But they are trying to build family wealth. They're like, let us buy the property, and we can take this $800,000 plot that you bought for $70,000 and make it $1 million property. I'm just not understanding why I'm not understanding the problem here. Like, this is simple math to me. That's confused.
Because they want their money and they need it now.
That's exactly what it is.
877 cash now.
The G1s ain't trying to hear none of that. They don't give a damn the difference between millions and thousands. They said, whatever it is, we want it now.
Thank you, Lot Queen. I see me. We see each other. She knew what I was talking about with that family hustle reference. I'm just saying. Hey, Shaded to them. Hey, share my love. Thank you for stopping through. Ty said clearly they got to have this all worked out ASAP because baby, and we'll get into that because grandma, I think they said she's 87. I believe they said grandma.
Yeah, grandma's there. She's 86, 87. So, and I understand, like I said, to me, I could see if they were fighting over. I could even see if they were like, y'all already got y'all inheritance. Mama and daddy done took care of y'all, got y'all out of, businesses. I could see if they were saying, this is ours now. But they're literally saying, sell it to us and we can flip it.
They saying that now. They wasn't saying that first episode. First episode, they were saying, give it to us. Because granddaddy said, we can have it.
They were always saying
they said, give it to us because granddaddy said we could have it.
Mm.
Okay, well, maybe I missed that part.
She said, "Oh, maybe I missed that part." All right. So, Lord, forgive me. I ain't got no picture for. Do I? Oh, yes, I do. I'm still on it. All right. So we get into Nicole. We see her call Quita real quick. She done sent her some cookies. She thanks her for the kind gesture and tells her that's such a southern thing to do. Thank somebody for the kind gesture, even when you mad with them. You know what I'm saying?
She
And
said
so
she threw away though, but she said she
right,
said I ate one and then I threw the rest away.
right. But I love the southern hospitality of it all. You know, North Carolina. I'm just, you know.
I'd have been next time. I'd have been like, next time, do some Sherry's berries or edible arrangements. I swear, I'd be like, I won't throw them away. I promise you.
Right. I still might be mad at you after I eat them.
I ain't gonna be mad no more. I ain't gonna be mad no more.
Ooh, y'all are terrible.
So, you know, basically she tells her about the plans of Kesha coming over. Nicole admits that she hasn't had a one-on-one conversation with Kesha in a while, and that they've never been very close. So Quita apologizes and, you know, Nicole receives it. Then she asks her about her weight loss journey. And she says she plans to get a colonic to get the weight off. And I said, well, hey, Ozempic, colonic, whatever you want to do. Ozempic, you know. Everybody gotta do it.
Goodness.
So then Kesha admits that she's looking forward to the conversation and says that she still looks up to Nicole as her big sister, which I thought was so sweet. I really do have like a good place in my heart for Lakeisha. And it might be because she's an LA too, you know, she's another LA name. That's not Latricia. Anyway.
I was about to say, here you go with LA names.
No, Latricia doesn't work for me. So then basically Nicole brings up the conversation about the wall and wants to know why, you know, why there is one. And Kesha isn't sure and admits that it wasn't always, she didn't feel that it was always there. So then Nicole admits that maybe she hasn't created a safe space, you know, for Kesha to feel comfortable talking to her, but says that she doesn't feel that she has a safe space to talk to her either and isn't sure what her triggers are. I'm going to tell you. Can I tell y'all I identified, and y'all jump in the chat, tell me if I'm wrong. Based off of what I just told y'all, I can honestly tell you one of the triggers for me just watching the scene was when she was sitting there talking about their dad and she said, my dad. And I don't even think Nicole realized she said it.
Well, and she wouldn't, because I'm sure even in just and I hear you with that, but I think even in just normal conversation, she says my dad. I mean, that's like if I'm talking about my child and I'm talking to my child's dad, I'm not saying our daughter. I know it's right too,
different,
but I'm just not.
Well, no, and like, go ahead, really.
No, I was just gonna say, but it hits different when there's already a situation. Like my sister will call me and say, "Let me tell you what your father did," or "Let me tell you what my mother did." Like it doesn't hit the same. If me and my sister had that history, it would hit different because it's possession. You are showing possession, and if we have the same father, and there's already this wall, as they said. Those are the types of things I can definitely understand how that would be a trigger. But again,
or you already feel like you don't belong.
Right. Those are the layers of conversations that need to be had.
Well, I'm sure that's exactly how she feels. Like it is her father.
Right. I don't think it was intentional, but I'm saying those are the things. When she says, I don't know why we've grown apart, those are examples to say, well, listen, I know you don't mean it, and it may not be that big of a deal to you. But because I was the outsider, because I was the add-on, because I was the plus one, it makes me feel. And I'm saying that's why they need to go to real therapy and have those real because the therapist would have.
Because Kesha definitely needs to talk more. I'm glad she did speak up some, but she definitely needs to talk more. This was not a in-depth conversation.
Yeah, and I agree with that. I agree with that. But a therapist would have caught that and said, "Wait a minute, did you hear what you just said?" Do I think Nicole meant it nasty and meant it? No, I don't. But I also like
she didn't realize.
Nikki needs to be able to articulate that as well and say, "Hey, that's that right there." Those are the kinds of things that make me feel like there's a wall there. When you use possessive, he's our father. You know, and again, I think, to be honest with you, I think both of them, and this may be a product of the camera being there and them not wanting to dog their dad out on camera, but I think they let him off way too easy. He created this, and it sounds like he has not processed, addressed, or dealt with it, because he didn't even bring you into the family. Because the question I would have if I was Nikki was, if it were up to him, would he have ever brought me around? Would he have ever introduced me to my half sister and to the rest of my family? Would I have always been a secret? Would I have always been off to the side? Because if he wasn't even the one that brought her around, see, those are kind of those. And I get it that it's a sensitive family situation, so no, they don't have to tell me all of it. But he created this mess, and it sounds to me like
trying to clean it up,
right? And the way that they're talking, it sounds to me like he's gotten off scot-free. They're the ones dealing with the bullshit, and he's chilling. Because where is he? Like, why didn't he have a confessional? He should have had a confessional talking about this. Yeah. And I know we're only on episode 2. Right. I know we're only on episode 2, so maybe somewhere down the line he does talk about it. But this would have been the episode for us to hear him say, hey, this is what was going on in my marriage. This is what happened. I made a really bad mistake. Me and my wife decided to work things out. And, you know, like that was, and again, at this point, it happened. It's done. These women are in their 40s. So at this point, ain't no need in trying to sugarcoat it. It happened. But I just don't see where he's been held accountable for it. Because even in that conversation, they were still giving him an out. Oh, well, you know how dad is. Oh, well, you know, he's a nice guy. Is he?
Well, I'm just going to say, and I've just noticed, and again, y'all can drop in the chat in the comments, but I feel like for whatever reason, especially with girls, daddy can do no wrong. He could be the worst of the worst of the worst, but if you could give him some type of daddy can do no wrong. But mama, she can go to hell. That's how it usually is. Daddy can never do any wrong, no matter how wrong he's done. And I think that it's sad that they talk about not having really any emotional connection with their father. Both Nicole, who grew up with him in the house, and Kesha, who he wasn't in the house. And it just doesn't seem like there's and to Really B's point, he's negated a lot of things, but I think just emotional support and love, how a girl, it's crazy that they have blind loyalty, because most little girls feel that way about their father because they've been treated so well. It's crazy when you feel that way and you haven't even been treated that way. That's what you call blind loyalty.
And because I can't say what I would do in that situation because I wasn't in that situation, and I am a daddy's girl. I get it, but I think as a child, yes, but as I grew older, and especially if Nikki has gone through what we think she's gone through, nah.
Symmetry. Yeah. I'm just saying. Because they should have been nipped in the bud decades ago, I have a different father from my siblings, but my mom didn't condone half sibling talk. What do you mean? So I would love to know what you mean by that. M Love Black always. Do you mean she didn't condone sibling talk as you talking to your siblings, or like
half sibling? Like we're not like
those were your sisters,
half sister, half brothers. We're brother and sister.
Okay, I love that.
Is what I understood. Is how I understood it.
Yeah, that's how I understood it as well. I mean, you can clarify if we understood it differently, but that's how I understood it as well.
I used to have those rose colored glasses on about my dad and realize it, but it was necessary. Yeah, I mean, people are people. People are people. And once you realize who they are, especially if you get the privilege to learn who they are as an adult and make your own decisions about whether you want to deal with them or set your boundaries.
And here's the thing. You don't have to hate your dad to hold him accountable. Like, you can still love him, but call a thing a thing. Hey, my dad cheated on my mom and brought another baby into this, and I don't know how to process that as an adult.
Right.
I love you because I grew up around you, but now as an adult, I don't know how to process that because, like you said, if I'm nice to you and we're cool, am I being disloyal to my mom? You know, it's a lot to process, and especially if she's dealt with infidelity. So I me personally, like I said, for me personally, I just feel like I feel like this just goes back to the beginning. I just feel like it goes back to the beginning. And I'm gonna say this too, and I don't know Nikki's mom, so I don't want to speak ill of her mom. I don't know her, and I don't want to make assumptions. But what I will say is, when you decided to stay with him, you decided to accept it. You don't get to stay with him and then not accept the fact that he has another child.
We out here having Monday night Bible study. Girl, you better preach.
We having Monday night Bible study.
Girl, you better.
I'm just saying.
And no, and to your point, really be to piggyback off what you said, when she sat on that couch and she said that basically we're still children in this, even though we're grown, they're still confused as to what, and they still want answers. So to your point, it probably takes some really deep therapy.
Yeah. So anyway, that's all I got for that. I don't think we're done with this. If you look at the trailer or whatever, I don't think this is something that goes away. I think we're going to have more of a conversation, but that's just how I feel about this preliminary situation.
Okay. Go ahead and get Naquita and Jamisha.
So Jamisha had Quita come over and let her know that, she went up to the reception hall. She spoke with their grandmother. And she's open to keeping the property in the family. Now, Quita pulled out this whole map plan and basically, how she sees the vision for the property. And Jamisha, she lays out all the potential issues and says that their grandma, if their grandmother would have passed during the building, she doesn't want their family to be destroyed over money. Now, she thinks, with the upcoming ladies' night, basically this is the perfect time to get the G2s together. And get them up to speed with what's going on, and the conversation that she had with the grandmother. Also, the guys are planning to go out and meet up while the ladies are having girls' night. Now, Quita is packing up. She's going off on like a little girls' trip. Okay, she got the little outfit. All right, her husband really ain't feeling. He was like, "You don't even dress like this when we go out." She said, well, I'm going on vacation. She said, this is a vacation fit. Okay. Now, he brings up that, it's been 4 days and Nicole and Jamisha haven't reached out to him about the contract. And, he's feeling like, if I'm not appreciated with them, then I might need to take my talents elsewhere. And of course, we know Quita, she don't want nothing to do with it because that's how she do.
Don't do that to Quita.
It's too late. I did it. It's done.
Don't do that to Quita. She just wanted. So really, B, you don't agree that, or Nelson's point is you can never
pass the collection plate.
I know, I love it. Thank you, M Love. Pass it. Pass the collection plate, girl. Look, I wish I could be like Really B, so I could be like, if we get 100 people in here, we can open the bar, and then we'll get there. We got look. Tracy came up in here. Tracy said, "I ain't making a drink until more y'all get up in here. Y'all ain't making."
Okay, Tracy said, "Listen, we need some more people around here."
Right. So, where are we at now, Nicole? I talked about that. We did that.
Basically, Nicole woke her husband up to kick his ass out the house so she can get the party started.
Oh yeah, that's what happened. Is this it? No, that's the first one. Okay. Oh no, that's not them. My bad. So yeah, y'all. Oh, that's them again. Sorry.
That's it. Yep.
But she looking cute and stuff. So Larry, he getting now. What did y'all think it was funny that Chris told Quita that Larry wanted to go out when I thought it was Chris that texted him?
So what? What happened?
I don't know. I don't think I followed.
I don't know. I guess I'm crazy and I clocked like that. So don't
wait, who is who? I'm confused. Wait, what?
So Jaquita's husband said, "Oh, Larry hit me up and said he wanted to go out, start having a ladies' night." Right.
Okay.
But if you look at the text message, tell me if I'm wrong in the chat, in the comments. I may be wrong, but I feel like when they put the thing up on the screen, he texted Larry, and Larry said, "Oh yeah, I'm down because I'm actually off."
Girl, so, I ain't read no damn text message.
Oh no, because what I don't like about that is don't tell me, oh yeah, my homeboys is doing something. Really, you hit your homeboys up to go out. That's not, just say you want to go out, Ninja.
Just say you leaving. You ain't got to say who said what. I'm leaving. I'm going out the house. I'm going out for boys' night. It don't matter who hit up who. I don't think those first of all, what you're not about to do is
that matters to me.
What first of all, you don't give a damn about your man coming home 40 minutes later, but you care about him texting.
Sure do. I didn't.
You told me I was by myself. I was by myself.
Well, that was really me.
Look, now, no, that was not.
I just didn't speak to my crazy.
But you care about who texts who to go out?
I just didn't speak to my crazy. I just stayed silent.
Child, all I need to know is that you're going out where you're going to be and that you be fine, okay? I don't give a damn who texts who.
Hold on. Retro, you are absolutely correct.
Thank you, Ray.
Oh, I'm sorry, my bad.
No, Chris did say Larry asked him. Thank you. And I'm just saying, maybe I'm petty like that. Nails might be crazy petty. I'm petty like that. Don't tell me.
None of that. What I care about is you coming home 40 minutes later than you're supposed to. That's what I care about. Be home when you're supposed to be home.
And I care about you.
Unless something happens to you on the way. Unless something happens, then you got a great excuse.
The only way that would bother me is if the paycheck don't match.
We don't know if the paycheck. She don't know what that man makes.
That's my point.
She don't know no details. She don't even know what time he's supposed to be home. She don't even know what time he's supposed to be home for real. Trust me, she don't know what his salary is.
She know how much that man makes to the penny.
She thinks she know. She thinks she know.
She know how much.
She thinks she know. She thinks she know.
I promise you, she know how much that man.
She thinks.
All she gotta do is look at the pay stub.
What pay stub? I don't even get my pay stub. My pay stub stay right on my work. It stay right on my work.
If he worked
it stay right on my work computer.
Force Moon, why you come up in here instigating?
Work at Amazon in warehouse for 12 hours.
No, they said he's on a new project. Don't do that.
I bet he is. I bet he is.
Taya said,
look, get her pregnant. Project, get her pregnant.
Oh, y'all are terrible. So
pregnant
anyway,
outside the house.
Not y'all. Oh no, not y'all.
So as Nell said, right? She basically wakes Larry up, and I'm not gonna lie to you. In this moment, even though I may not be a Larry fan, I was actually with Larry on this one because I was like, I used to work overnight, so I know what that feels like to come home at 7 a.m. and then have somebody be messing with you. And even though it's during the day, that's when you sleep. So I absolutely understood that. I was like, oh no, that would have been a fight. But anyway, he getting ready to go out with the guys.
Spent the night with don't give a damn.
He
wake his ass up.
You are terrible. So the girls are getting ready.
You act like this man was 10 hours late.
I love her reaction.
We gonna look.
What do you think that man is doing in 40 minutes? Please tell me what you think.
Todd, the CEO, agree with me. A project. He work in the warehouse. I know that's right.
Y'all are terrible. So then y'all, we see that
project get her pregnant.
She has this
project have a baby outside of my family. That's what it is.
This is terrible. The show is getting out of hand. So Nicole, look, are you getting like Quita right now? Did you have too many drinks?
Right. I ain't drinking nothing. I'm drinking water, I swear.
I'm with Ravine. Woosah.
Yeah, he worked. Taya, he working something. He ain't working his job for 12 hours.
Look, maybe he's doing stretch therapy. So anyway,
I bet he is. Look at really big.
So then Monet is up here flirting with the therapist. Apparently, she is the only one out of the G2s that is not married or in a relationship yet. And she's flirting with and I told Nels, I said, this would so be me. And she was like, oh, so, they say that's real good before sex. Like, stretch out and get you,
That is you. That's definitely
let that coochie breathe. Hands on your knees.
With strangers, I can. Now, once I get to know you, we can talk about stuff like that. But I just ain't come right out and be like,
"Oh, Chris definitely will." Chris will be like, stretch that. Yeah, that's supposed to be good before sex, so you could do like.
Oh, I absolutely. That's why I was like, I'm putting Monet in this moment.
That is so trees. That is so trees.
I felt
all you can do is just
watch. So then she does politely ask. Yeah, he said Taurus moon. To your point, he said he was married real quick, and I was like, well, unfortunately, that's what happens when you come on to Thursday. I know from experience.
And when you on camera, you don't want your wife to see it like you was being thirsty back with her. It was giving you cute, but I ain't trying to get in trouble when it's show air. I'm definitely married.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm married for real."
And so, her sister wants to get her, taken out. So now Jamisha arrives and Nicole offers her a drink. We know Quita's not supposed to be offered anything. And then, Quita gets on the table and she's getting stretched out. Getting that thing literally, he had hands on your knees. He took me out when he put his leg over her leg. I said, what part of the stretching is this? He said, I put my hand up on your hip. We did.
But look, but a friend of mine, there's a stretch place here. And she goes, and she was, and I said, I want to try it out. She said, it is.
Oh, wait, hold on this way. Look at this.
I want to be stretched.
That leg damn girl. I'm just saying. Look, Monet not the sexy red. This one is sexy red.
Babe, I love you. You my everything.
I don't even think she didn't even enunciate. She didn't say everything.
Everything. Okay, go ahead, Nels.
Where we at?
The guys. I think it's the guys scene.
Oh, okay.
Oh, did we? I felt like we skipped the whole scene about. Did we skip that about Jamisha and Quita sitting down, or we got? Oh no, you did that. I left. I'm sorry. That was my fault. Go ahead.
So the guys got together. Of course, they're talking about their ladies because they ain't got nothing else to talk about. I mean, they ain't gonna expose, they homeboy for cheating. So they're gonna talk about their late. At this point, I just do it for her reaction. So, they're talking about how the ladies, they making power moves. Okay. And Chris is complaining about Nicole. And then they get on Chris about basically, sir, Nicole is right about you, basically, because I tried to make an appointment with you to have something set up, do some videography, some photography, and you ain't never hit me back. I ain't get a call, a text. It was a no show, sir. No show. No call. No show. I was like, oh, sir.
So what did y'all think about that? Especially Nels for going.
I don't know, because then he started. Look, that part took me out. But then when he said something about like, oh, when it's supposed to be your time off, it's supposed to be your time off. Are we not letting people know when it's your time off?
Right.
Are we scheduling appointments during your time off?
Taya, I think you got it, girl. I think you got it.
See, the thing is,
Taya, that's what I was going to say. I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like Chris takes advantage of the fact that his wife is one of the, owners. I think he's probably good at what he does, so they put up with it. But I think now Chris is the one I would be keeping my eye on, because it sounds like he got a lot of unaccounted for time too. Because you're not around, you're not responding, they don't know what you're doing, when you're doing it, how you're doing. And they also said that Chris likes to play around with people, like he's playful when it's time to take care of business. So I personally don't understand the problem with a contract. Because if it's a contract, you can be very specific and put everything in that contract. And if he violates the contract, now you have grounds for whatever. I don't understand why they have a problem with the contract.
Really big. I said our first recap. To your point, I said at first I thought the whole situation that was going down and why they asked him to leave was because I said it was probably Nicole seeing her brother-in-law, cousin-in-law, or whatever. Probably
being, you best come tell me.
Being a little too friendly with the other agents in the office, and was like, "Yo, you're messing up business."
Guess what, Trees? Guess what, Trees? Guess what? If you see my man flirting with chicks all in the office, yeah, okay, fine, handle it. But I need to know about it so I can handle it my way as well.
I hear you, but to Nels's point, it threw me off when she said you need to come back into the office. But I believe she was saying you need to come back to the office and work and do your work, but not be fraternizing. And the fact that he was fraternizing and not really doing nothing and just kind of to your point, he's the one to watch. I felt like he could have been getting himself.
My question, I mean, really though, listen, my thing is, if he does marketing and he's like the photographer, videographer, how much do they need him? For real? What all can he take pictures of?
He probably headshots, the houses, the properties.
Yeah.
Every day. I mean, like every day.
They're acquiring properties the way they say they're acquiring properties.
Yeah, they have a lot of listings. I absolutely think that he could be, yeah.
And he probably is also responsible for upload. Like he's probably responsible for taking the pic. So let's just say they said they have 100 agents. If 100 agents has 2 houses, that's, that's 200 houses that he would have to cover, meaning take the pictures, videotape the floor plan, upload it to the website, log it in. Like, I'm sure it's a whole process for him to take pictures of these houses and upload them so that, like, when people want to go on the web, like nowadays everything is online. If you find an agent and you start to look for a house, they're going to send you a link. You're going to look at the houses online. You're going to look at the pictures. You're going to look. That's how you're selling a house. You know what I'm saying? So I think he's got a lot of work to do. And especially if they have as many clients as they saying that they have, shoot, it's probably a lot of work for him to handle.
Right. I'm gotta be really. And to Kaya's point, nope, she's probably digmatized and can't be brought no bad news about her man. Well, y'all getting into that. Hey, Colton. Colton. So getting into that, we get into the next scene, and obviously it's ladies' night, and the breathe is right, and so the ladies get together, and they just saw hi Kikian. I believe it was Monet. So basically, let's break down a hard conversation. So Aunt Nikki comes in and basically tells them, look, the G1s really ain't feeling this idea of y'all getting this land and this property, and they want their money by the mom. They got to find a way to get this money by the mom. So, and she's like, I don't necessarily agree, but I'm the little sister. What can I do? So now Jermisha knows she has to work on a new sales pitch. And what's weird is Nicole is just like, well, ain't nobody gonna tell Granny what to do. So it's almost like Nicole is working against them, which is weird.
I feel like Nicole is really not all that vested in this property.
I don't think so either.
It doesn't sound like she's interested in the development and all that. Like, I feel like she's fine. I don't know.
Or maybe she knows in her mind her dad is just going to hand it off to her anyway.
No, or maybe in her mind she knows her dad needs it more than she does.
Well, that's a great point. But I feel like the next episode, they showed a preview where she sits down with Oscarine and she's talking to her by herself. And it seems like she's almost like pushing for her to not side with their cousins, which I was like, okay, that's a little weird. But anyway, so now they got to figure that whole thing out. She lets them know that, Generation 1 ain't just giving up they legacy just because y'all want it. That just ain't happening. And then we get into, I think Monet was the one to ask, like, do you share your paycheck with your husband, or do you let him see your bank account? And all the ladies were like, no, absolutely not.
Well, I think because they was talking about Kesha getting married, and they was like, girl, well, basically don't share a bank account with her. And then they got on everybody else talking about, if you share your bank account. And basically, all the ladies was like, we don't do none of that.
So to Nels's point, maybe she don't know what's in Larry's account. If she ain't sharing her account, maybe she don't know what's in Larry's. Maybe they keep it separate. Really B said that's not how it works. You might not know how much.
Especially if he's cheated, she know.
Just because you know what's in his account don't mean you know how many hours he worked. Don't mean you know what he's supposed to make in his salary.
Ty said they only bring in Christmas.
She said I would know.
I mean, I hope she would know. But and then basically speaking of that, last but not least, Nicole gets into how she, you know, Chris is entitled and he can't go to no other job and tell them what he is or is not gonna do. And you know,
and still get paid.
Right, and still get paid. And to that point, and to Really B's point, I do think he might be taking. Oh,
wait, which one is Larry?
Nicole's husband.
Oh, he's not attractive at all.
I was gonna let Taurus Moon say it and not us, but okay.
Oh, because I already got reamed out for calling people unattractive.
Right.
Really big. Every time that man got on talking about because I ain't attractive or we don't look good.
Said Nicole knows exactly what's in his account. Okay.
Thank you, okay. Nicole. Listen.
Yeah, what's in his account, but not the hours he worked.
Let me tell you something. If I had a husband that worked the night shift and he started having unaccounted, now I ain't saying from the very beginning I would be tripping. But if he started having unaccounted for time and we have already dealt with infidelity in our past, let me explain to you that I would know when he clocked in, when he clocked out, how much his hourly rate is. If he's on salary, I would know if he was getting overtime, how much his overtime is. I would know how much his regular paycheck is.
He probably don't give a damn because she gonna stay anyway. Just like her mama did. She probably don't give a damn. She ain't going nowhere.
I will say generational curses, behaviors. We do, you know. I'm just saying.
They said she know the ADP login.
Sure does. I bet you she does.
Well, all right, y'all. So thank y'all for tuning in to our recap of this episode of the Family Empire. Make sure y'all catch us Friday. We still doing Friday 9:30, ladies. We're gonna go live Friday 9:30. Or are you busy with it?
As far as I know. Okay,
so catch us for episode 3 Friday at 9:30 p.m. And I bet she sees every deposit and there's a change. If there's a change, she knows it. Okay. That's what y'all say.
What's she gonna do about it?
Kick his ass. I didn't say she's gonna do anything about it, but I bet you she knows.
Look, I'm sure. I hate to say it, but when you the breadwinner, yeah, you can pull a lot of strings.
And she wasn't before.
Well, okay. Nelson has valid points. So yeah, y'all. If y'all haven't already, please make sure that y'all hit that like button.
Make sure you comment.
Make sure that you've subscribed.
And hit the notification bell.
And make sure that you are following us on all the platforms, the TikTok, the Twitter, the IG, the Facebook. And yeah, y'all, we will catch you Friday, 9:30 p.m. for another episode of Family Empire Houston. Y'all have a good night.
Good night.